like running around and whatnot like that. It's an easy place for crime of any kind to occur. So
What exactly is the safety plan? Like, what does that outline?
He outlined gun control, and the homeless, like people, the homeless population being attacked in New York.
Oh.
He outlined all of that, and yet we're still seeing
Yeah, this
crime like this.
I
I
know.
mean, yes, it's New York City. We see stuff happen all the time, but
Yeah, nothing like this. Nothing this like severe.
no.
No, I know subway safety has like been a big thing, and you always see like Hollywood movies based off it because like somebody, like, I mean, like it's so easy with in a train full of what 300 people.
yeah, exactly.
It's so easy for someone to just slip past security. Plus, there's like what those little gates that let you in.
like zero security.
Yeah, it's like nothing. So,
Well,
I don't know.
and who's guarding it? The people who like some employee.
Yeah, the
like
little
I'm not
security
gonna
guards.
fight. I'm not gonna fight somebody if somebody jumps over the gate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I'm
No,
not gonna be like, hey.
They're in their bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
Little-
literally.
I call
No,
them
yeah.
huts.
So they're not gonna run after somebody. If
No.
somebody if they see it, even if
No.
they see it, like
Yeah. So we know about the situation now. We don't know any motives yet, like motives, reasons why he did this.
I
But
personally think it's ego.
yeah, this is a
I don't. He just seems like a whack job, to be honest.
I mean, he
Obviously,
saw
if
his face
he-
on the news and decided he wanted to call the police and
yeah.
tip them
Wait, I
off.
have to see what he looks
That's
like.
very odd. You don't hear that very often. I don't know. And you want to move us to our next story?
I would love to. Well, I wouldn't love to because it's also kind of sad. But a fire had broken out in a compost yard today in Tempe, where the Coyotes had planned to build their new arena. Crews from Tempe, Phoenix, and Scottsdale fought the fire. It was just west of Tempe Town Lake. The Coyotes were also hoping to build an entertainment district there. And it's unclear what started the fire, but sometimes because of the way that mulch burns, it can take days to put out mulch fires like these. So it was lucky that they got it out in a day.
Wow. Yeah. Kind of minor news, but local news, but also yeah, it's odd. I didn't even know the Coyotes were planning to build a new stadium, so
Zach.
that's something.
Well, it's important to note the fire was right under Phoenix Sky Harbor International's air path.
Oh,
So thankfully,
was
it did not affect any travel.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing with airlines.
Yeah.
Man, okay.
Interesting.
In other international news, a giant tropical storm off the coast of Philippines has left around 67 people dead and over 150 missing. The storm called Storm Megi, Megi, one of the strongest to hit the archipelago, that's Philippines this year, caused landslides and floods all over the country, especially in the province of Leyte, which is sort of like southern Philippines. But that's the place where most of the landslides have been devastating the communities, and the pictures are just like tragic. There's like people in their shopping carts trying to like escape the village as fast as possible. Important to note, it was not actually a tsunami here. It was just that the storms loosened up the land and there was like landslides
Yeah.
all throughout the city.
Tropical storms can be really dangerous.
In the coastal village of Pilar specifically, 13 people died, and just they described it as like a torrent of just mud and earth pushed into the sea, like burying houses in most of the
That's
city.
so scary and also so sad.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. The Philippines, this happens like they have like about like 20 large tropical storms.
Well, they're right in
Per
the
year.
path for them.
Yeah,
Like location-wise, like
geographically, yeah.
geographically, like right where all of the storms start, they're like right in its path before it like does its little curve.
And Lauren, do you know why? I have an answer, but do you know why? Like why they're like geographically?
Is there an answer for that? Because
There
that's
is.
where
There
they're
is.
located.
I know it sounds weird. It sounds weird. There is an answer though.
I feel singled out right now.
Please go ahead, tell us. No, 'cause I'm dying to know.
It's because it's on the Ring of Fire.
Really?
Oh,
so, like, the
yes,
Pacific
I
Ring of
did know
Fire.
I
that.
didn't
You're
know
so
that.
right, actually.
The Philippines
I think
sits
I did know
right
that.
above that. So a lot of like volcanic activity, like
I didn't know that.
yeah, center for like storms, like earthy storms. Yeah, that's
Earthy
like
storms.
earthy storms. That's what that happens. But
No, this is devastating. Houses are gone. People's lives.
yeah, I don't know. I
This-
can't even. I feel for the people though. There's a war in Ukraine, and all of a sudden, this happens. Like, also, what do you? I don't know. What do you do if you're like a Philippine citizen and your house is like gone?
He looked like he was like trying to connect the dots between
You-
the two.
yeah.
You could see the gears going. He was
I
like-
know the listeners can't see your face right
but
now.
like you
and
were like
the
something's
gears
going
were
on.
going. The gears were definitely.
Something's a brewing.
I mean, and this was only a tropical storm. Like it wasn't even at hurricane level yet. So that's like terrifying.
That's shocking. But I think
Yeah.
that's kind of a sign of how fragile Philippines infrastructure is.
Yeah, that too.
It's like, it's dangerous.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you-
Lots of people are missing too.
That's
That's the other scary
well,
thing.
like getting buried and stuff under all of that like house and structure and mud and like
Yeah.
water like is strong.
Like
heavy.
here it would be most likely like an avalanche that would happen with, but like there it's
An
like
avalanche.
an avalanche. I guess not here in Phoenix. Sorry, I meant
Oh.
here in America is what I meant. Yeah, avalanche like snow. Like,
No, I know what you're talking
Not here in
I
Phoenix.
thought you meant here.
Not snow in Phoenix. Sorry, here in America, it'd be like more
Sorry.
like an avalanche that does this
Been a
kind
long
of
day.
impact. But it's like in the Philippines, people live so close together that like as soon as like a landslide happens, of course it's gonna just hit like a densely populated, like concentrated area of people.
Well, also like I feel like if you can prepare for a tropical storm maybe, but you
Yeah.
can't prepare for like a landslide or
There,
if it's coming like
Yeah, that's so
you're
true.
not gonna know. It's just gonna start
Exactly.
sliding, and you have as much time to move as it takes for it to slide.
No, that's
like,
absolutely true. You're never gonna know about it.
like it's not gonna be like, oh, it's like there might be like landslide warnings when that type of thing happen, like tornado warnings or something like that.
Yeah.
But
well, again, I mean,
I
it
don't
happens
know.
like 20 times a year. So like, what are the odds that like, just like out of 20 just randomly happens in a year? You know.
I know, yeah.
So I don't know. Tragic news in the Philippines and in New York today.
Tragic news in Florida as well.
Yeah, Lauren, you want to take us into this one?
a Miami woman strangled her 2 children with a red ribbon and told the cops that she didn't want them anymore.
Oh.
This is so sad.
What's even more horrifying about this is that the mom was 41, the kids were aged 3 and 5, and it was they just found them, like the cops walked in and found the bodies like tied up on
Okay.
the floor.
Yes, but I also was reading about this earlier, before you guys added this in, because Florida, but that's where I'm from. But I read that the dad gets them weekly only on Saturdays, and I guess the mom had been like showing signs that like something was wrong for a while, and she had like been begging to move back in with the dad, but he said no, and so like I just-
That I did not know.
yeah, I just don't know like.
No, that adds some folds though.
If it was my children and the other parent was showing like signs of something not being right, I would do something
I think it's
immediately.
I think it's different if she was trying to say, you know, we all need to move back in with you,
Yeah.
rather than just the kids.
Just the kids.
And yes, if she's showing mental health
Like,
problems,
Yeah.
something should have been done. But it's also hard to say in that situation, like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going
No,
through
of course,
his mind.
yeah, and you never want to be like jump to conclusion type
Mhm.
thing or something. Like obviously he didn't know if she was gonna kill them.
No, absolutely.
I
It's
don't
weird
know.
though. I
it's
mean,
just a weird situation to me that like
I don't think this is the case, but do you think any like criminal negligence could go on the father?
I don't know.
I don't know, in Florida it's
I know the laws are different there.
yeah, I don't actually like possibly just because he said that she was showing signs. Not I don't know that he like will have anything charged on him, but he'll definitely like
He'll be taken to court, yeah.
yeah, you'll be seeing him in court.
But it's like if you know that someone has like signs
But it's
of,
also because it's his kids that got killed. Like
yeah, of course.
you'll be seeing him in court.
But it's like if you knew the signs of like the mother, you know, being like mentally like having some sort of like mental health problem, he knows he should have done something, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's like Lauren said, you can't really say, but I don't know. I always want to like whenever things like this happen, I'm always like, well, I feel like something should have been done, obviously in any situation. So I think yeah.
So I would like to know, though, how many times did she call 911 and hang up before the cops decided to go and do a wellness check?
No, because they tried to resuscitate the kids, so obviously they hadn't been like dead that long.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have gotten there.
Earlier.
That too. I was reading that too.
How many times? I thought it was if you call 911 and you hang up, they know
call
to come
back.
Yeah, and they call back.
And then I think if you do it again, then they go.
Yeah, I think they just call back. Is what it is. They don't send like.
So
an
at what
officer.
point do they go though? Like how many
True.
times
She
would I
called
have to?
several times before they decided to come do a wellness check.
Wait, she called them and just hung up several
Yeah,
times.
she kept calling and hanging up like repeatedly, and then they decided to like go and make sure that everything was okay, just in case. Cause like one time, like maybe you accidentally did it, but like several.
No, that's so weird. But
Yeah.
why would she just call 911 without saying anything, but like
Because I
repeatedly
think
do
she
it?
was.
I
I think
think
she was like not
Like thinking,
fully
oh my
with it.
gosh,
She
yeah.
obviously acting irrational. Obviously something was wrong because she had killed her kids. But I think she like, should I turn myself in? Should I not? Should I like report this? Should I not? Like
No,
kind
yeah.
of situation. Because like I said, they tried to resuscitate the kids when they got there. So I'm not sure that they had like been dead that long prior to
Yeah. Oh my god.
them coming.
No, the dots are connected now. I didn't know that she was. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely some sort of like. Oh my god, that is so scary.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. If you're the father, what's like going through your mind right now?
I don't know.
I bet, you know what? I bet it's guilt. I bet it's
Like,
some.
for
I
not-
wish I could
yeah.
have done something.
Yeah.
I could have done something.
There's so much more. I feel like there's so much more that could have been done.
I just always in those situations feel that way, but obviously like
Yeah.
you don't know.
Lastly, some international news with Ukraine updates. U.S. President Joe Biden told Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, that the U.S. was sending an additional $800 million worth of weapons and ammunition and security assistance. The new equipment includes artillery systems, artillery rounds, and armored personal carriers. The EU, the European Union, also approved 500 million euros, which is around 544 million US dollars, for military equipment for Ukrainian armed forces on Wednesday as well. So, yeah, not much. I mean, obviously there's big news from Ukraine, but like in terms of like money, financial, that's like kind of the nitty gritty right there. Alrighty, what we're gonna do to break it up a little bit, we're going to go into a little bit of commercial break, and then we'll be right back with some of our entertainment news. Stay tuned.
This is Oprah, and you're listening to Blaze Radio. Broadcasted at the Bill Austin Studio. You get Blaze Radio. You get Blaze Radio. Everybody gets Blaze Radio.
So here you go, Grateful Dead. Left my home in Norfolk, teeny California on my mind.
Like what you just heard? Well, tune in to Back from the Dead with Anna Snow on BlazeRadioOnline.com. But don't just take my word for it. Here's what Bob Weir has to say.
More fun in a frog and a glass of milk.
Or maybe you don't trust someone to talk about their own music. So here's an outside opinion on why you should listen to Back from the Dead.
A contemporary music critic has suggested that the four greatest musicians who ever lived in alphabetical order are Bach, Beethoven, the Grateful Dead, and Mozart.
Whoever you choose to believe. Tune in Monday nights at 11 p.m. Peace and love, everyone.
Hey guys, this is Mike Gordon from the band Fish, and you're listening to Blaze Radio, broadcasted from the Bill Austin Studio. Don't go anywhere.
Hi everybody, we're back on Traffic Jam with Zach and Lauren, and my name's Anne. Sorry, I got caught off guard with the fish.
That was a
just
funny
had.
idea.
Sorry. So in entertainment news, something a little bit sad. The actor Gilbert Gottfried just died. He was 67 and had type 2 myotonic dystrophy, which is a kind of muscular dystrophy. It's not clear when he was diagnosed with the disease, but the disease has no cure or treatment, and typically starts showing up when people are in their 20s or 30s.
Man.
No, I was gonna say, like, this is a person of our childhood. A voice in
So
Aladdin. He was on Hannah Montana. Of course,
Lauren, please.
I had to throw that in there. I'm sorry, but he was.
So sweet.
And he was just a great comedian. He was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't he like pretty raunchy, like as a comedian?
Yeah.
I
know.
think, yeah.
I know a lot of people liked his work for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so sad though.
Yeah,
is.
it's really sad.
We don't like deaths. I guess in other, I don't know, pretty sad news. Here, wait, Lauren, you want to intro this one?
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. has pled guilty to. Okay, I've never heard of this. The way of saying this, forcibly touching a woman in 2018 in a nightclub. He admitted to kissing the woman, a waitress at the club, on her lips without consent. He also admitted to 2 other incidents of non-consensual contact in October 2018 and June 2019.
Yeah, so he actually was one of the actors in Jerry Maguire, like the.
Wait, which one? Like, who was he in? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I meant which Jerry
Give me the
Maguire is.
money.
Jerry Maguire.
Give me
Oh, that guy. I know exactly who you're talking about now.
That was him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot.
I like that movie.
So yeah, this I think.
It's sad to say, but we see this all of the time.
I know.
In
it's
Hollywood.
Not, like, I don't want to say it's not anything new, but which is sad.
Do you guys
but
remember
it's
the
true.
Robin Thicke thing?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
like what? That was like last. I don't know.
It was like
that was
last
October or something.
year-ish.
Dude, it happens all the time though. It
From
feels like
2017.
Because they
Not
feel like they
2017.
can. They feel like they have the power.
entitled.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's just odd.
it's sad to say, but it's nothing new.
It's nothing new. He faces. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I misread that. It hasn't said what he's gonna face yet, but I'm sure it'll be a few years in prison. Can we talk about the Deshaun Watson thing? Have you guys heard of this? Deshaun Watson,
Tell
NFL
us.
quarterback,
Yeah.
accused of like sexual allegation claims against 22 women.
Hasn't he for a
Wow.
while? Like, these have been coming out for a while.
But he was like civilly released and then like won't face charges or anything, and now he's still allowed to play in the league.
Of course he is.
It's so disappointing.
It's very disappointing, but
Yeah.
sadly we see this, like I said, all of the time.
It's so upsetting. No.
Yeah.
There's something called accountability here in America that we're just not very good at,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no.
which is awful.
Especially, that's another thing with sports. I mean, football.
This is
Yeah. It's
bringing
like
a lot of like
America's
the
pastime.
Colin Kaepernick stuff in too, because they're not letting Colin Kaepernick play, but they're letting like somebody who's
Raped like 22 women.
yeah, like so.
It's absolutely insane. No, I think the sports like entry though, it happens so much more in sports than like any other field. I feel like.
What? More than in like the like actors and like
I don't know.
music
I mean,
industry and
I mean, I could list like
modeling.
a
and-
bunch. I mean, yeah.
That's
I guess.
true. I think you could list a bunch of
Entertainment has a
any.
lot,
I
but-
think just like in the like
I think a lot.
I'll say like the public like view.
Yeah, sports are just so broad.
I think a lot go like unreported because they're scared to see like what would happen to them, or they're scared that they won't be like believed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the other
right.
thing.
So
I don't know. The only reason I say sports is like a lot of them have like athletic trainers and
Oh,
like
that's true.
massagists and stuff that like
The gymnastics like
they do it
pace.
too. Yeah, and yeah, like the gymnastics thing, like the ice skating one that's
Oh
over in
yeah,
Russia
the
right
ice
now.
skating
Like
one, yeah.
it's like just like there's a lot of like ways to. That sounds bad, but there's like a lot of ways to like do it, and I can list like 5 guys off the top of my head, like just in the NFL alone that
Yeah,
have like
that's true.
had these kind of claims. So, but entertainment has a lot too. I mean, I don't know,
Hmm.
but like, what do we do as a country to fix this?
I mean, I don't.
Like, is there anything we can do?
I was just gonna say like you don't know who's going to do something like that prior. Like the NFL, obviously they know like Deshaun Watson or like the other ones that have come out, but like they don't know like when they're bringing somebody into the league that like
Yeah,
this person's gonna
that's true.
be a creep. Like
I know. Yeah, it's just tough. I don't know. I mean, like,
I mean, we could do more as like far as like consequences, but like as far as like how many people actually do something
That's the
to
big-
somebody else.
that's the big thing. Like, it starts at the root. Like, the owners have to be willing and
Right.
able to like suspend these guys, not pay these guys. Like, make sure that when they do something bad like this, like they're not going to get compensated for it. Like, they're going to be out of the league immediately. Especially if it's like a big deal, like big national news like this. Like, they can't let it happen.
My mom said, reteach chivalry.
you know what? Chivalry
It's dead.
is dead. Like especially our generation.
It's dead.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, I feel like it died.
That
With
says you.
it died with the millennials.
It did die with the millennials.
No, literally.
Chivalry.
Where's the whole like opening the door for a girl?
They
We
get
don't
one.
even have that anymore.
Somebody opened the door for me today, and their arm was like in the way, and then like the door shut, and I was like, "Excuse you." So I had to like go back and put my ID on, and then like go into the building.
It's so weird. I feel like the people who are like nice are really nice, but the people who like don't care like just do not care at all.
There's no in between.
No,
like,
there's no in between. It's not just like holding the door to be nice anymore. It's like
awful.
shut in your face.
And you know who never holds the door? Sports journalism majors.
Stop! It wasn't sports journalism major.
I tell you guys, I'm not even kidding.
Stop.
It's awful. I don't know what to do
Wait,
about it.
Zach, aren't you a sports journalism
He's
major?
not in
Yes.
he's not in the group.
I'm exempt,
He's
guys.
exempt.
Okay.
I'm a little different.
Okay.
No, it's sports journalism majors are like the bane of my existence. I think they're awful. I think they're horrible. They're
I
horrendous.
think they're so sorry. Should I say this? No, it's so difficult to be in
Say
class
it.
with sports journalism boys.
They're wait, here. I'll fill in the blank for you. Are they like cavemen?
Yes.
That's pretty accurate, huh?
I'll just say yes.
No, genuinely, all they can hold a conversation about is sports. Like
Which
you,
I don't appreciate.
you try to talk to them about like literally anything else, like the food they ate today, and they're like, "Well, guess what quarterback did this today?" And you're like, "But can we just have a normal conversation?"
Can we have a conversation about the weather?
Like,
hey?
sure, let's,
How
like-
are you doing?
Sure, let's report on sports, but like, oh my god, it's
No, I know what you're talking about.
how does it feel to be in journalism?
Yeah, Lauren.
The good guys.
Oh, well, thank
the
you.
good guys.
You know, it feels great. It's a bit competitive, but
I
it
mean,
feels great.
Yeah.
I mean, sports journalism is too, but so but you guys aren't like toxic about it. You're not like trying to like openly like berate everyone that's like competing against you, right?
I don't know. I feel like it's different. If you want to be like a broadcaster, like if you want, especially on TV, I feel like it's a bit different
That's true.
than like being behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes into, you know.
Yeah, there's so many aspects of it now too.
If you're trying to make it like really big, then yeah, there's competition. Have you guys seen Bombshell, the movie?
Yes, it's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, that's like all about competitiveness in the journalism field.
True story, people. Go check it out.
So good. Bombshell. Absolutely watch it.
Funny.
But you see, there's no movie about sports journalism, except for Jerry Maguire, maybe.
Jerry
Like,
Maguire. Yeah, but
Sports
he's an
business,
agent. He
yeah.
was an agent.
yeah, so like, it's because
Ugh.
nobody likes sports journalism
I
majors.
kind of didn't like him either. I'm not gonna lie. I like the movie.
I think they're atrocious.
I have something against Tom Cruise. I don't know what it is, but it's just there.
We shouldn't talk too much about this, but I don't know. And you can go on with sports.
All that I have really is that the Raiders quarterback Derek Carr just got a $125.1 million extension. I kind of thought they were getting rid of him, but apparently not. So that was a surprise. And then a little Notre Dame news. Ed Orgeron, who was formerly the coach at LSU, but he's retired now, went to visit Notre Dame with his two sons. And he says that he thinks the Fighting Irish football team are going to win it all. While he was visiting, this is funny to me because Brian Kelly, the old coach at Notre Dame, is now at LSU, and he didn't say anything about him. Just saying. That's all I have in sports today.
Little college rivalry.
A little bit of an issue.
And I have an issue with sports journalism majors. How about that?
Oh my gosh, we're still on this. We've been on this all day.
We could talk about it all day.
I could.
Look at you, I'm being a little sports journalism major though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Women in sports. We
Women-
love to
oh.
see it.
You guys should come to. We have an event tomorrow. It's called Change the World. I have a whole board on women in sports journalism.
Is that the one at Fusion?
Civic Space Park.
Okay, what time?
4 to 6.
We will be there. If you're in the ASU area and you're
yes.
listening right now, then
Yeah.
hit and up.
Yes, about that, not about anything else.
Well, as it is 6:27, it is time for us to sadly leave the Bill Austin Radio Studio. Wednesdays are so fun.
I know.
Can we just do this every Wednesday? I'm like, this is
Okay.
so fun. Oh my god. Thank you so much for listening to Traffic Jam, your favorite Traffic Jam Wednesday crew. Maybe Gideon will be back. Maybe it'll be me. You never know.
Oh goodness. that was a little threatening.
I'm taking over Gideon's spot, guys.
Gideon, if you're
Zach
listening-
did tell me if he could lock Gideon in a closet and come produce Traffic Jam for us every week, he would.
Like, sorry.
So Gideon, if you're listening, watch your
I'm
back.
a bit scared of Zach sometimes.
Accidental. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy the Country Music Awards this weekend.
Oh.
For your Wednesday Traffic Jam crew, I'm Zach Bradshaw.
I'm Lauren Bly.
I'm Ann Perry.
We will see you next week.